now that I'm talking with Target and Walmart, like this is the section we're probably gonna get Action Force into, but from what they've been telling me, this will make the G.I. Joe fans mad. I'm actually gonna buy this because I don't have it yet. I didn't expect to come to Target and buy so much stuff. You good? You good? You got me? Yeah? No? Yes? All right, let's go. There's this Target and it's set up this way. The one that's a mile down the road is set up totally different. Remember Toys R Us's back in our day? Everyone was cookie cutter. You knew exactly where things were. Never been a Lego guy, but I wish I was a Lego guy. Like, I don't know if it's because like the figures don't look real, but I like the idea of Lego. Like there's cool stuff with Lego. I mean, it's a garbage truck, but I like the idea of just like you can make anything with Lego is always cool. And like the amount of licenses they have is always exciting. You know, the Harry Potter stuff is pretty wild. You know, they get really crazy. I also like that, you know, you don't see this kind of stuff in stores anymore. You know, back in 80s, 90s, you used to always see displays in stores. And now like nobody does it. However, the one thing I'm gonna look forward to when I go to China is when we go to the TRU locations in China, they do this for like everything, like Marvel, Star Wars, all of it. So we're gonna be talking with the people at TRU about, you know, getting Action Force heavily into TRU. So I was like, the Vanguard would look pretty awesome in a display like that. I would get it just for Voldemort alone. I mean, they didn't make him look as cool as he normally does, but it's all right. Wow. An Optimus? Okay. These things, when I was at Jazzwares, they didn't have these yet, but like Squishmallows like just exploded. And I mean, good on Jazzwares for buying this company, because what is I forget what they're called. Kelly Toys. Kelly Toys created Squishmallows. I don't know if it was one woman or a couple women, but you know, they created Squishmallows. And I don't know if the Kim Kardashian thing was before or after Jazzwares purchased them, but Kim Kardashian like made a post on Instagram that said she buys these for her kids, and then all of a sudden like it was like free advertising, and it made Squishmallows become like, you know, a multi $100 million brand, and turned Jazzwares into a $1 billion company. So it's smart, you know. But the thing with plush is it's very trendy. So it's kind of like, you know, what's going to be the next thing, you know. But Squishmallows has been holding on pretty well. That's pretty cool. I'll take a can of Pringles with my squishy bear. These things are pretty rad. My kids have these fingerlings. They like know your touch. So like when you put them on your finger, it will make like different sounds based on your touch. They're just cool. It's like a cool interactive thing for 15 bucks. That's like the crazy thing is like you have this thing with flocking, multiple parts, electronics, interactiveness for 15 bucks. And then you have like a Marvel Legend for 25. And you're just like, there's something off there. A good try me never gets old. If anyone's ever seen these things, these are cool too. It's like one of these dragon lizards and he runs really fast. It's just cool to see it. So this, I was in here the other day and I saw this, and this is really interesting. It's stuff that I want to talk with the factory about when I'm in China, is this, this inkjet printing on here. Now, you know, for those of you like me who may be into firearms, they do a water dip process. They can also do it for like helmets and snowboards and things like that, where they have like a water bath and like chemicals, and then they put the graphics in it, and then they dip it in, and it puts the graphics on whatever you're doing. And it's almost like this. It's like a wrap, but it's, you know, it's a cool process. But then I saw these and I'm like, because I'd always thought like doing that water dip process for camo on action figures, like it's probably an expensive process, but I wanted China to like figure out a way to do camo on action figures easier, so we can do like multi-cam and digital cam and that sort of thing. And then I saw like this, and I'm like, whoa, because this is inkjet printing, like the same thing we do on the faces on the Action Force figures. They did it on the whole body and then all wraps around. So this is a multi-process of inkjet printing, but this is an intense printing mode. And I'm pretty sure it is, but I want to ask the factory when I'm there, like, how do you get like this level of it? You know, because they're doing it, you know, Zuru started doing it, and then like, yeah, that's Zuru too, but Nerf caught on. Nerf was doing it. But if you notice, like in this aisle, like Nerf used to be the leader, and now it's like the fall from grace is big because Zuru has really taken over, because they do a more inexpensive you know, thing. And you know, Nerf isn't really like a name that like parents are just like, oh, it has to be Nerf. Now it's just like, oh, it's darts. So as long as it's darts, like that's all like they care about, you know. But it's a really, really cool process. Like if we did something like this on like the Vanguard, like if you did a wrap for the Vanguard, I think that would be very cool. Because if we want to do, like say like mud splatter or something like that, like you could do a dry brush effect. But if you had a more uniform, you know, wrap like that, you can do a lot more with it. Put dents and bangs and stuff in it. It would be really cool. But yeah, here's like Nerf doing it, which is cool. It's a very cool process. You know, it makes it look awesome. But if you see like Nerf, they didn't go all the way around. Like there's the parting line, whereas you see the Zuru stuff and it's like seamless. The stuff Jax is doing with the video game stuff is pretty cool. But like it's everywhere now. So like I think what happened was the movie came out and they didn't have enough of them on the shelf. And then all of a sudden, like they reordered and now they're everywhere. And you know, at first it was just Mario and Luigi, and then they started doing more. Where are the cross sells? I want to see what else is in the lawn. But yeah, they did a really great job with that. The Bowser, like the whole smoke effect and stuff is really cool. So you hear those Sonic sets? They're just fun because it's like, dude, I remember like all these levels. You know, it's kind of fun that they were able to take like a small portion of such a huge level and make something cool and playable. When I was at Jazzwares on the Fortnite line, we were trying to do something similar with taking areas of the play world and making a playset out of it. They never ended up making the playset that I designed, but I worked on a playset before I left there. That was pretty cool. Now here is the common look of a New England Target, sparse. This'll make the G.I. Joe fans mad. I'm actually gonna buy this because I don't have it yet. And you know, I wanna see it. It's pretty cool. They did a good job with these. I mean, still bendy weapons, but you know, look how they smashed that soft helmet into that tray. I did pick up this the other day and I was quite disappointed by it. You know, the fact that the missiles, the yellow missiles, don't fit into the missile launcher on their own. Like you have to have them with the blast effect. It's like, so I have to show him firing all the missiles. Again, like this is gonna get people upset. It's just like, that's lazy designing. You could have easily designed that to make it fit both, but they didn't. So, and I don't understand like the prison tier that's under his eye, like why? You know, when did you know, it is something about Metalhead that I don't know. Was he in prison? He got prison tats? Like these have been clogging the shelves. Oh, look at that clearance. $17.49. It's funny that just that one is on clearance. I wonder if that was a return. Cool that they did these, you know. I wish I could get one and see how the fright feature worked, because the ones in our day, they worked really well. That was a great line. Oh wait, Ryan just bought one of these. Look at that, someone was trying to hide that. Yeah, I think Ryan just said he got one of these for me, but I was interested to see what this figure looked like. I like that they finally made the cards more robust, and they took the Marvel route, where they used to be just the heat sealed card, and Marvel ones were a one piece that folded over, which is what they did with this. I guess because they got a lot of complaints about the other ones. Another thing is these ones, The vintage cards were Walmart exclusives, and now this is a Target, so interesting. $10 for this now. It's kind of crazy. Like the stuff I was designing for $10, you know, and now what this is. It's a big head on Black Panther. I'm actually surprised Hasbro didn't make him a deluxe. Oh, he is. He's $12.99. That's kind of funny. Him and Thanos are bigger. And like, look, for real guys, like, you're gonna tell me that figure's $10 and this is $13? Come on, Hasbro. And you guys get mad at me for talking bad about Hasbro. That's bad. That's bad. And then you have, like, this is the thing that's confusing is you want to send a message, like a clear message to your consumer. And I'm not talking about collectors, guys. There's kid product here. I'm talking about parents and kids when they're looking in the aisle. You have like this figure and these figures the same scale. And then this one was 11, now it's 10. Because they realize like the messaging. It's like, all right, that one's in that, and that one's in that. This one was more, but I could see that one. So it's just, the messaging is bad. It's really bad on this stuff, which is too bad because it looks cool, but I want to see the figure. Like you can even make that smaller. And like this, I'm seeing her from the waist up. This small 3 3/4 inch figure in this giant box. I'm seeing her from the waist up and that's it. I can't even see her accessory or anything like that. Terrible. That's a cool figure. Wish I didn't see the digital render. See, I want to see this figure. I guess now they're moving away from the closed boxes, but I think the Green Goblin in this assortment was pretty cool. I miss working on Spider-Man stuff. Spider-Man was so much fun. We could do so much cool role play with Spider-Man. Shredder clones. They're pretty cool looking. I like that Carnage Shredder. You only let me try one? I want to battle in the store. I think I'm going to buy this figure. Because I'm interested in... That's all they have? Yeah. I'm interested in this torso articulation. I might want to do something similar in Action Force. I'm not saying I'm going to copy it. I might tweak it a bit, but this actually isn't Hasbro's articulation. This articulation, that sort of waist used to be used for the torso, but DC Icons was the first one to use this double torso, you know, setup here. And then I copied it for the 12-inch Marvel line, and now, years later, Hasbro's now doing it. So everyone kind of samples from each other. It's like the wrapping of the toy industry. This is some of the best stuff on the market right now. This is by Moose Toys and their Treasure X stuff. My son loves it, but it's just like a whole unboxing experience. And like, you know, there's slime and different sort of materials and stuff, and they do a ton of different stuff, but definitely the best stuff on the market for kids. All right, now we're gonna get people really bored because I'm gonna talk about girl stuff, but like my daughter loves Gabby's Dollhouse, and they have, oh, it's right down here. So for those of you that have kids or a daughter and they watch Gabby's Dollhouse, she's got this big dollhouse that she shrinks down to, and she goes inside with all her cat friends. So my daughter got this for Christmas, and it's pretty cool because we have tea parties and stuff in the different rooms, and then they have all these play options. It's cool because it's like everything is like a play set, you know? Everything is cool like that, like up here. So it's fun. I'm down with Gabby's Dollhouse. It's fun stuff. I'd work on it. That's a tan Hulk Hogan. I always find it funny, they like, granted he was really tan, but his figures, they always just look like crispy tan. I wonder if they have like a specific Pantone chip that's Hogan tan. I would love to know what that is. Put your stuff back, people. See, Target in New England, like it's always such a mess. Look, like the cards aren't even here in this part of the store. Cards are in the front of the store. However, I'm looking at this, I'm like, ooh, 1 chrome autograph card per box, huh? Whoa, I am a UFC and a trading card fan. Sure, why not? What we were talking about with that inkjet printing, I first started seeing it on, you know, on Matchbox cars and things like that. They do it. You know, and they do it on die-cast parts, which is interesting. So it's come a long way. I mean, you know, here you see it, it's like, that's really cool. But I want to know their process. So we're going to be talking about that a lot in China. I haven't like really given these a good look. These new, you know, the new animated turtle figures. They look pretty cool. I don't like how exposed some of their joints are, like the pins and stuff. You know, it looks like they're using some dated, those dated disc joints in the upper thighs there are like things they used on Marvel like back in the day. So I'm surprised they're using it now. But it's cool they have the tree of the sprue of accessories like the originals. I don't know, I didn't see the new movie, so I don't know how it's doing. Oh. The 93 one didn't do that. He didn't make that sound. They're lying. These things are so cool. This is gonna be a good part of the video for you guys to enjoy. But my son has one of these and we play with it all the time. I don't think it's gonna fit my head, but. They did these years ago. Like this is an older kind of function, but it was cool. Like when I first saw it, I was like, that was genius. That's not good. Shine that red light in my eye. My son is this thing. You can put dinosaurs in its mouth and it kind of like, you can kind of like poop them out of him. They like come out of like under his stomach and stuff, but it's just cool that he can eat them. They did a big T-Rex that came out, I don't know, like 4 years ago. That was like, everyone thought was great. And I wish they'd reissue it because I'd probably get them now. This is one of my favorite aisles to like look to see what people are doing because the blind box stuff is really, really creative. You know, LOL Surprise has been around for a while now, and they just keep doing it and it's really awesome. My wife likes the mini brands, but yeah, these, she was into the little tyke stuff. I got her some for Christmas and haven't been able to find them, so I'm gonna get her one. But like the mini brand stuff is really cool. Now it's supposed to be Barbie-sized food, but the pizza, these are actually like personal pizzas for Barbies, but they're perfect size for 6-inch figures, which is cool. But only the pizza, nothing else. So basically they give you a bunch of ingredients and you can make this stuff. And the cool thing is whatever materials they're made out of, it's almost like a glue or an epoxy, not glue or epoxy, but it's similar, and it hardens. So the kids can create this and then it hardens like that. It's real, like, see how you can like put the strawberries on it? It's so like interesting. And I love seeing like companies do stuff with, you know, different materials. That's why I like Treasure X so much, is because they experiment with different materials. When I was at Hasbro and we were trying to create new web fluid, like web fluid was silly string, but we licensed that. So we were trying to come up with something of our own. And we had a chem lab up at Hasbro. It was literally like up in the attic. And there was like two women up there just playing with Play-Doh and compounds and things like that. But like they were supposed to be up there creating new stuff or helping us create new stuff. And it was always like a challenge. Like we go up there with an idea like, hey, we want to make this. And I'm like, oh, well, you can't really do that. Everything was always a challenge at Hasbro. And yet then you see companies like Treasure X and, you know, the mini brands doing like awesome stuff with materials. And I was just always like, see, I knew you can do it. They just were lazy and they didn't want to try. But here at this Target, which is weird because the Target down the street, they put the Star Wars stuff in the action figure aisle. Yet in this Target, they put the Star Wars stuff in the Disney section. Nothing here. Half price figures, they're gone. Only, yeah. Surprised they have this guy. Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing this. Oh, 60 bucks. Sucks because I want that Qui-Gon. I'd take the Darth Maul too, but I really want the Qui-Gon. I'd even take Obi-Wan. But like, I gotta get Jar Jar and Queen Amidala in this set? I don't want them. Ugh. That sucks. But the thing that like, if I end up trying to buy that Qui-Gon on his own, probably gonna cost me 20 or 30 bucks. It's like half the set. But that's what everyone wants. They want Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. So, yeah, I'm not gonna get it. I like seeing them do stuff like this, like making articulated action figures of their stuff. Like I would have like eaten this up when I was a kid. Mattel came out with a Lion King line, which was really good. But stuff like this is cool. I'm always a sucker for like playset stuff. It's like when I see other companies doing interesting stuff, I'm like, that's fun. It's like Mighty Max for Moana. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's really fun. How much are these? 20 bucks? I mean, as far as like price value, if that's 20 bucks and that's 20 bucks, I think I want the bigger playset. And look, it almost looks like it comes with more stuff. Mystery figure inside. Yeah, this one comes with way more stuff than that one. And they're all 20 bucks. Oh, wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this one's 40 and this one's 20. Which, that's a big discrepancy there, if that's the case. But no, I think they're all the same. Kind of like the Moana one. I might want to get it for my daughter. I like that it's like Mighty Max. I thought Mighty Max was so cool. Yeah, let me get it. I didn't expect to come to Target and buy so much stuff. And look, two things aren't even for me. We're in the island of misfit toys over here. Which sucks because, you know, now that I'm talking with Target and Walmart, like this is the section we're probably going to get Action Force into. But from what they've been telling me, they're putting more stock into this section and they want to blow it out and make it much bigger. I just think that the Northeast stores haven't really caught on yet. And these stores are always the last ones to really initiate anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing changes to this area in other stores. Oh, those Star Trek figures are already on clearance. It was cool that they did it. It was cool that they brought them back. They just looked like crap. Like the old Playmates series. Like I wasn't a Star Trek fan, but they did a great job with those figures. They went really deep with the line. Retro Blessing puts out a lot of cool videos on the Playmates Star Trek stuff, but then it's like these came out and you're like, really? Come on. When you make stuff to try to fit with that line, like reaction stuff, like, okay, it's supposed to have a certain look, but I see it as a toy designer and a product developer. Maybe not all people see it, but I look at that and I'm like, well, the ones back in the Playmate days, they were higher quality for what they can use at the time, whereas now you're trying to replicate what that looked like, but now you have better technology and you're still making stuff that doesn't look as good as that stuff looked back then. So, and I'm kicking myself now. So like to see this, it pains me because I was huge on the DC Collectibles animated series. I had them all. I had the Batcade, the Batmobile, all of it. And then it got to the point where I was like, I have so much and I'm not displaying it. I'm gonna sell it. So I sold it. And then McFarlane came out with his Batman line. And then I saw he did the animated series, but he made it like the big 7.5-inch figure. And I'm like, oh, that's stupid. Because DC Collectibles had this huge reign. And I think he listened to the fans and they went back and they said, okay, well, we'll do it the same scale and same articulation as the DC Collectibles one. And now I'm like, well, crap, because now they got to like Scarecrow and, Mr. Freeze was really hard to get in the Collectibles line. And now it's like, they're doing like all these figures now. And I'm like, now to go back and get the DC Collectibles stuff is twice as much as when I got it. So it's too late now. But it's very cool that you did that. Oh, do they have any more? I wanted to get the Dune figures. It looks like they only have Paul. See, again, no cross-sell. Yes, some of my figures don't have cross-sells too. So I can't really. Cross-sell means like it shows the other figures available. Like that doesn't have it. That doesn't have it. Here. That's a cross-sell. So it says wave 1. Now, a lot of times you want to show like what the actual product looks like. See, he has a cross-sell, but it's artwork. I don't think this one has a cross sell. Yeah, they tend to not have cross sells. Does G.I. Joe have a cross sell? I don't think so either. Nope, they don't. So it's like, yeah, we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. I'm glad they really upped the game with the second figures. The first ones were okay. They looked a little wonky, but then for the second movie, they started giving them soft goods. But again, it's like, do I need them? I don't think I need them. But I love the Dune movies, so I wanted them. Jeez, that thing's heavy. Clearance for 15 bucks, huh? Smoke effect? No way. Oh, I thought like it blew out smoke. It's just a thing. That's fun. I want to say the one that Kenner did, he was stuck to the bike. Couldn't take him off. Turtles just pimping themselves out. Turtles like, you want to do a crossover? Let's go. Turtles does F. Listen, it's just a matter of time before we do Action Force Turtles crossovers. Because, I mean, look, they're open to it, so. All right, let me go check out. Let's head to Toy Vault.